So, all through class 11th and 12th, I had this unobservant opinion about J. And so now, J is an in- J is an exam which mostly every Indian student takes who is into engineering. And it was my opinion that I could clear J exam very easily. I thought that, oh, all these students who are struggling, but I am me. I can do anything. I had that big dick mindset of Andrew that I am the main character. And I thought that I could easily clear it without much effort. And that's where I was wrong. So, until 1 or 2 or 3 months ago, I started my JE preparation, and things very soon became clear to me. Then, if I didn't put my heart and soul to this goal, I wouldn't crack this exam. I was a fool to think that I could crack it half-ass, half-assing things, and I realized that it's much harder. So, this was the disturbing realization which I had. So, in these months in my coaching, I met some really great people. Like one person was who scored around 96 percentile in JEE. There was one who scored 93, two who scored 96, 93, 90, 87, and the class average was around 75. But mine was 45. But on the first day, I thought that, oh, it's because I didn't even try to study before the exam, or I'd have asked the exam, and that's why I got low marks. That was my reasoning. But it soon became clear to me that 10 to 15 students in the class were much smarter than me, and they had worked harder than me for a long period of time. They worked hard for the 2 years in class 11th and 12th while I was busy doing random shit. Like, first, I was busy watching anime and doing silly things with my. Doing silly things. Then I was depressed. Then I watched more animes. Then I started self improvement. Then I wanted to be an editor, and so I became that. Then I also wanted to learn coding, so I did that. I even started working out, and then I eventually in class 12th I joined gym. So you can see, while these students were just studying and studying and studying, I was doing all these things which don't matter if you are a student, because now you can say that they do matter, and you are completely right. Yes, they matter, but not in studies, because a person can be a loser, but he can be great in studies. Or otherwise, a really giga chat kind of person still gets very fairly low marks. So here I am measuring how much good or smart a person is based on his result in studies. So there was one another realization which I had. So just answer me very honestly. So what do you think of the person who is at the top? Like, most of us think that he is some God gifted person who has been so great, whose mind is so great. Like, for example, if he is really great in the gym, we think that he has great genetics. If he's really good in studies, we think that he has a really good mind. If he has a lot of money, we think that, oh, he was lucky. So that's basically wrong, because the person at the top has worked the hardest for the longest period of time. And this is quite true, to be very honest, because I asked one of the guy who got a 96 percentile that, what how much do you study, like, every day to day? And he said that I study usually around 6 hours. And I kind of expected that answer, that of course he studied that much, because I on my best days study around 4 hours, and that's on my best days. My average is around 3 or 2.5 hours. So I could see just how back I was, because just think, he is already much ahead than me, and he's still not stopping, he's not resting. He is still accelerating at a faster rate. And here I am. So do you think that would I ever be able to catch up to him? Fuck no. How can I ever be able to catch up to him in practical terms if I don't work much harder than him. Because everything has a cause, and that cause leads to some kind of effect. If you went to the gym, this was a cause, and you will see that effect in the future. He is better than me because he has studied much more than me, and he's still not stopping. While I am at point A and he is at point B, and he is still moving much faster than I am. So, the sad truth is that I won't ever be able to catch up to him. And that's the fair, dark reality. But of course, as a man, I have my own ego and I won't stop. That's the truth. I can say that, oh, he is much ahead than me, and oh, it's pointless to do, or I'm not even built for this. Like many of the students say that I want to be an entrepreneur, I can't study. It's my logic that if I can study, if I can do a thing which I hate to do, like I love it, then I can easily be able to be good in business because I actually love it, or in the gym because I actually love it. Discipline is doing the thing you hate, but doing it like you love it. And this is a practice of mine that I do the things which I hate. Like, for example, studying all throughout my old years, like till I was basically in class 12th, I never really loved studying. I dreaded studies. I used to, whenever my mother went to sleep, I would just do random shit here and there in class 4th and 5th. And when she would wake up, I would say that I had studied. So I wouldn't need to study in front of her. That's how much I hated studies. And now I'm trying to master this art of learning things. And mind you, I'm not learning some foolish things. I'm learning the laws of nature, of physics, chemistry, and maths. And it's really empowering to know these concepts like friction, force, and all these things. So, current goal of mine, my current goal is to crack this exam and to fall in love with the process of improving myself. Because to be honest, I can also study 6 to 7 hours. It's not that much because I have done it earlier in class 10th. I have done that. But right now things are different. While that top person who got that 96 or 98, he just has to study. He doesn't care about his fitness, he doesn't care about girls, he doesn't care about his health, he doesn't care about money, he doesn't even care about them. Care about them. I want to get girls, I want to be rich, I want to have the best body, I want to be good with girls. Well, I want to do other things as well. So it becomes kind of difficult because every day he can just come and rest and just study for 5 hours, then waste his time, and it he would be fine. But if I want to study 5 hours, I would have to calculate every second of my day and actually put it to good use. If I have to study just 6 hours, like I calculated it, and if I want to study around 6 to 7 hours a day with doing everything like making videos and going to the gym, reading, meditation, if I want to also do these things, walking, I want to do all these things, then I would actually need to calculate every minute of my day and spend time exactly as my schedule. And it's basically impossible because on my best day till now I've studied around 4 hours. So you can see how much it's difficult. So the current goal of mine is to actually be able to do this hard thing, because if I can do it now, I can and will be able to do it in the future, because there will be a time when I would have to do a job, but I had my passion in business and I also love fitness, so I would have to manage all the three things at the same time. And there will be many things, to be very honest, where I would have to dandle with things. So this is my current goal. And I have already talked about what my reverse thinking behind this is, that if I can achieve these things while studying, because fundamentally studying subjects I don't like, and if I can do this in the best way possible, then I would be flawlessly able to do the things which I would love to do. So that's my reverse thinking. So just think. Now that's all about me and what my goals are. And that was the story which basically tells you that the person who is at the top is not resting. He is still grinding. And if he is still grinding, then you need to work much harder than that person, because you are here and he is there. And if he's climbing the ladders at 2x your speed, you would never be able to catch up to him. The difference or the separation would increase. And you also know that separation is not a relative term. So no matter who sees it, everyone would be able to see the difference. So you need to work harder than the competition. And if you can believe it and you can see it, plus you can say it and do the things which are required to get that outcome, you can do it, because there are many people who have done it. It's not that difficult if you just work hard. And that's fairly ironic coming from a guy who has not been able to do it yet. But it's the world. We are trying, you are trying, I'm trying, and we all are trying. And that's what I was trying to say, that you need to work hard, because in order to win big at life, you need to strain every nerve of your being, or you would not be able to achieve much. That's basically what I think. And yeah, take care.